Thank you for joining us on our special winter adventure where we're learning about prefixes, suffixes, compound words, antonyms, and synonyms. This is lesson 2 of the suffix and the snowman, and we're going to be looking at just suffixes today. A suffix is a word part that's added to the end of a root or base word that changes its meaning. Now, the base word is a complete standalone word that can have prefixes or suffixes added to them. The suffixes we're going to look at today will be the suffix full, which means full of, and the suffix less, which means without. An example might be the word speechless. In the word speechless, we see the base word speech and the suffix less. We put those together and we have the word speechless. She was speechless after the big surprise. Now we know less means without, so speechless would mean what? Without speech, which means she didn't have a word to say. She couldn't think of anything to say. She was speechless. Let's get started with a quick review before we look at some sample questions you might see. Full is a suffix that means full of. Read that with me. Full is a suffix that means full of. We have the word careful, and careful means full of care. Be careful when you cross the street. Read that with me. Careful means full of care. Be careful when you cross the street. Now it's your turn. Full is a suffix that means what? Full of is correct. So playful means full of play. Can you think of a sentence with the word playful? Think about it, write it down, or write it in the comments below. You might think of a sentence that starts like this. The puppy was acting very playful with, and you can finish the sentence. The other suffix we were looking at today was the suffix less. Less is a suffix that means without. Read that with me. Less is a suffix that means without. An example word might be the word helpless. Helpless means without help. The kitten looked helpless in the rain. Read that with me. Helpless means without help. The kitten looked helpless in the rain. It's like nobody could help it. Now it's your turn. Less is a suffix that means blank. What does less mean? Without is correct. So spotless means without spots. Can you think of a sentence using the word spotless? Think about it, write it down, or put it in the comments below. If you need a sentence, you could say, the room was spotless after, and you finish that sentence. Now let's practice some questions you might see. The suffix full in the word joyful means full of, without, sad, or with. What would full mean in the word joyful? Hopefully you said full of. Here's another question you might see. The suffix less in the word fearless means full of, without, afraid, or with. What would the suffix less mean? Without is correct. Let's do 2 more questions and then we'll be done. Read the sentence. Her cheer blank laugh made us smile. Which suffix below can be used to fill in the blank and complete the sentence? In other words, what will we put at the end of cheer to make this sentence correct? Would we put less, full, able, or meant? Hopefully you said full. Read that sentence with me now. Her cheerful laugh made us smile. Her laugh was full of cheer. The long hallway seemed in blank. Which suffix below can be used to fill in the blank and complete this sentence? In other words, which suffix would you add to end to make this sentence correct? Less, full, able, or meant. And hopefully you said less. The long hallway seemed endless. Read that with me. The long hallway seemed endless. It seemed without end. It was way long. So our last review, our two suffixes are full and less. What does full mean? Full of is correct. And what does less mean? Without. Very good. Thanks for sticking with me till the end of the lesson. And until next time, happy reading.